Daniel Brooks had been running his small repair shop for over 15 years. Business had become slow. Bills were piling up. His 8-year-old daughter, Emma, quietly helped clean the garage every afternoon after school. One rainy Monday morning, a black luxury sedan rolled into the parking lot. The driver wasn't interested in repairing it. She simply handed Daniel the keys. "My name is Victoria Hayes. I'm the CEO of Hayes Automotive Group." Daniel nodded politely. "What seems to be the problem?" Victoria sighed. "The engine keeps shutting down. My dealership has already spent over $90,000 trying to repair it. They told me it isn't worth fixing anymore." Daniel looked surprised. "So, you want another opinion?" She shook her head. "No. I want you to remove my personal belongings. After that, you can keep the car." Daniel blinked. "You're abandoning it?" Victoria looked at the old sedan with disappointment. "It's worthless. I don't even want to see it again." She signed a release form and drove away in another vehicle without looking back. Emma stared at the expensive car. "Dad! She just gave you a luxury car." Daniel smiled. "Maybe. Or maybe she gave us a very expensive problem." As he slowly rolled the vehicle into the garage, something caught his attention. The dashboard displayed an unusual warning message. It wasn't an engine code. It simply read, "Access denied, archive locked." Daniel frowned. "I've never seen that before." He reached beneath the driver's seat to inspect the wiring. Instead, his fingers touched a small hidden compartment. Inside was a sealed metal flash drive marked only with 3 handwritten words. "If found, protect this." Daniel and Emma looked at each other in complete silence. Neither of them knew that opening the forgotten compartment would uncover a secret powerful enough to change both their lives forever. Daniel carefully removed the small metal flash drive from the hidden compartment. Emma looked nervous. "Dad! What if it belongs to the CEO?" Daniel nodded. "Then we'll return it. But first, let's find out what it is." He plugged the drive into an old laptop that wasn't connected to the internet. A password screen appeared. Before either of them could react, the drive unlocked automatically using a built-in security key. Emma gasped. It opened by itself. A single folder appeared on the screen. Its name was simple. Project Phoenix. Daniel clicked it. Inside were hundreds of files. Financial reports. Engineering blueprints. Emails. And one short video marked, "Watch first." Daniel pressed play. A tired-looking engineer appeared on the screen. "If you're watching this, something has gone terribly wrong. My name is Thomas Reed. I was the chief engineer of Project Phoenix." He took a deep breath. This technology could change the future of electric vehicles. But certain executives wanted to bury it. They believed it would destroy their profits from replacement parts and expensive repairs. Emma looked shocked. They hid their own invention. Daniel stayed silent. The video continued. "I've copied every document onto this drive. If anything happens to me, please make sure the truth reaches Victoria Hayes." Daniel frowned. "Victoria doesn't know." The engineer answered as if hearing him. "No. She's being lied to by people she trusts." The video ended. Silence filled the garage. Just then, a black SUV stopped outside. 2 men in expensive suits stepped out. One knocked firmly on the garage door. Daniel opened it. One man smiled politely. "Mr. Brooks? We understand a black sedan was left here today." Daniel nodded carefully. "Yes." The man's smile disappeared. "We're here to collect everything inside the vehicle. Daniel crossed his arms. The owner didn't mention anyone coming. The second man stepped forward. Trust us. It's company business. Daniel noticed something strange. Neither man carried company identification. Emma quietly whispered. Dad. I don't think they're telling the truth. Daniel calmly replied. I'm sorry. Without written authorization from the owner. Nothing leaves this garage. The taller man stared at Daniel for several seconds. Then he leaned closer. You have no idea what you've just refused. The two men returned to their SUV and drove away. Emma watched them disappear down the road. Dad. I think they're coming back. Daniel looked at the flash drive on the workbench. He had a feeling this wasn't about a broken car anymore.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Enjoy the video.
Someone was desperate to recover whatever had been hidden inside it. Daniel locked the garage doors before sunset. He wasn't taking any chances. Emma looked out the window every few minutes. Dad. What if those men come back tonight? Daniel smiled reassuringly. Then they'll find two people who aren't giving up. He picked up his phone and called the number Victoria Hayes had left on the repair form. The call went straight to voicemail. He left a short message. Ms. Hayes, this is Daniel Brooks from Brooks Repair Shop. I found something inside your abandoned car. It's important. Please call me as soon as possible. The next morning, the garage phone rang. Daniel answered. A woman's voice replied. This is Victoria. I received your message. What did you find? Daniel hesitated. I don't think it's safe to explain over the phone. There was a long pause. Victoria finally said. I'll be there in 1 hour. When Victoria arrived, she looked exhausted. Daniel handed her the flash drive. I believe this belongs to you. She frowned. I've never seen it before. Daniel inserted it into the laptop and played the engineer's video. As the recording ended, Victoria sat frozen. No. This can't be true. She opened the files one by one. Every document carried official company signatures. Many were approved by members of her own executive board. One email read. Keep Project Phoenix hidden until further notice. The CEO must never see these reports. Victoria's hands began to shake. They've been lying to me for years. Emma quietly asked. Can you stop them? Victoria looked determined. I can. But first. I need proof that these files are real. Daniel nodded. The abandoned car might have the answers. Together they rolled the luxury sedan onto the lift. Daniel removed several interior panels. Hidden deep inside the dashboard was a small metal box connected directly to the vehicle's prototype control system. Inside it was a memory module labeled Prototype number 001. Victoria stared at it. I thought this prototype disappeared years ago. Daniel smiled. I think someone wanted it forgotten. Just then. The sound of tires screeching echoed outside. 3 black SUVs surrounded the garage. The same 2 men stepped out. This time. They weren't alone. One of them shouted. Hand over the car and everything you found. Daniel quietly stepped in front of Victoria and Emma. No. The man smiled coldly. Then don't blame us for what happens next. The garage fell completely silent. The 3 black SUVs blocked every exit. 6 men in dark suits stepped out. The leader adjusted his tie and looked directly at Victoria. Ms. Hayes. This doesn't have to become ugly. Victoria stood her ground. You've been hiding Project Phoenix from me. The man's smile disappeared. You were never supposed to find out. Emma gripped Daniel's arm. Dad. I'm scared. Daniel whispered. Stay behind me. The lead man pulled out a document. We're taking the vehicle. And every storage device connected to it. Victoria folded her arms. On whose authority? Our board of directors. Victoria laughed. I'm the CEO. I never approved this. The man's expression hardened. You don't control the board anymore. Those words shocked everyone. What do you mean? Victoria asked. He replied calmly. Last night, they voted to remove you. They're announcing it tomorrow morning. Victoria couldn't believe it. They planned everything. They abandoned the car because they thought no one would ever find the evidence. Daniel quietly walked toward the abandoned sedan. He opened the hood. One of the suited men shouted. What are you doing? Daniel ignored him. He removed the hidden memory module labeled prototype number 001 and handed it to Emma. Keep this safe. Emma slipped it into her backpack without anyone noticing. The men rushed toward Daniel. But before they reached him, police sirens echoed across the street. Everyone turned. 5 police vehicles entered the parking lot. Behind them came 2 black government sedans. A woman stepped out, showing an official federal identification badge. My name is Special Agent Lisa Grant. We received an anonymous report regarding corporate fraud and evidence suppression. She looked at Victoria. Ms. Hayes, are you the owner of this vehicle? Victoria nodded. Yes. Agent Grant turned to the suited men. No one touches this car. It's now part of a federal investigation. The men looked at each other nervously. Their confidence vanished. One quietly backed away. Another reached for his phone. Agent Grant immediately ordered. Nobody leaves. Officers surrounded the SUVs. As investigators began searching the vehicles, one officer walked toward Agent Grant carrying a sealed briefcase. Ma'am. You need to see this. Inside were shredded company documents. Large amounts of cash. And another flash drive labeled. Destroy after retrieval. Agent Grant looked at Daniel. Mr. Brooks. I think you uncovered something much bigger than a broken car. Just then, Emma remembered the memory module hidden safely in her backpack. She looked at Daniel. Dad. I think this is only the beginning. Federal investigators carefully secured the abandoned luxury sedan. Every inch of the garage became an active crime scene. Agent Lisa Grant turned toward Daniel. Mr. Brooks. Thank you for protecting the evidence. Daniel smiled. I only did what I thought was right. Emma quietly handed over the hidden memory module. This was inside the dashboard. Agent Grant accepted it carefully. You may have just saved this investigation. The module was connected to a secure government computer. Within seconds, hundreds of encrypted files appeared. Financial records. Board meeting minutes. Private emails. Then one folder caught everyone's attention. Project Phoenix, original files. Agent Grant opened it. The room fell silent. Inside were documents proving that several board members had secretly delayed Project Phoenix for years. Their plan was simple. Keep older vehicle technology on the market longer. Increase repair costs. And earn billions in extra profits. Victoria couldn't believe what she was reading. They betrayed our customers. And our company. One investigator looked up. There's more. He opened another folder. It contained video recordings of private board meetings. One board member was heard saying, if the CEO discovers Project Phoenix, she'll launch it immediately. We can't let that happen. Another replied, hide the prototype. Remove the files. If necessary, abandon the vehicle. The entire room became silent. Agent Grant looked at Victoria. I believe we have enough evidence. 2 days later, federal authorities arrested several former executives on charges related to fraud, destruction of evidence, and financial misconduct. News channels across the country covered the story. Headlines read: Abandoned luxury car exposes multi-million-dollar corporate fraud. Daniel never gave an interview. When reporters asked him for comments, he simply said, "The truth belongs to everyone." A week later, Victoria visited Daniel's garage again. This time, she wasn't wearing an expensive business suit. She arrived in jeans and a simple jacket. She smiled. "I owe you more than an apology." Daniel shook his head. "You don't owe me anything." Victoria handed him a small folder. Inside was a proposal. "We're reopening Project Phoenix. And I'd like you to become our independent technical advisor." Daniel looked surprised. "Me?" Victoria nodded. "You weren't chosen because you're famous. You were chosen because you're honest." Emma smiled proudly. "I knew you'd ask him." Victoria laughed. "There is one more thing." She handed Daniel a check. Daniel looked at the amount and immediately pushed it back. "I can't accept this." Victoria smiled. "It's not a reward. It's funding. For your garage. And for free training programs for young mechanics." Daniel looked at Emma. She nodded. "This time, Dad. You should say yes." Daniel smiled. "I'll accept it. But only if every student who walks into my garage gets the same chance I was given." Victoria extended her hand. "You have my promise." As everyone smiled, Agent Grant's phone rang. She answered. A moment later, she looked at Daniel. "Mr. Brooks. We've recovered another vehicle connected to Project Phoenix." She smiled. "And I think it has another mystery waiting for you." The following morning, Daniel, Emma, and Victoria arrived at a secure government storage facility. Inside, under bright inspection lights, stood another black luxury prototype. Unlike the abandoned sedan, this one had never been registered. Agent Lisa Grant smiled. This vehicle was recovered from a private warehouse owned by the former executives. Daniel slowly walked around it. No license plate. No company badge. No production number. Victoria nodded. It was never supposed to exist. A government technician handed Daniel a sealed folder. "We found this inside the driver's door." Daniel opened it. On the first page were handwritten words from Thomas Reed. "If you're reading this, Project Phoenix survived because honest people refused to give up." Emma smiled. He knew someone would find it. Daniel nodded. He was counting on the truth. Over the next several months, Project Phoenix was independently tested by engineers, universities, and government safety experts. The results exceeded every expectation. The technology increased efficiency, reduced maintenance costs, and improved reliability. Victoria announced that every patent connected to Project Phoenix would be developed transparently. No hidden reports. No secret delays. No dishonest shortcuts. The announcement earned the trust of customers around the world. One afternoon, Victoria visited Daniel's garage again. This time she wasn't bringing problems. She was bringing good news. She handed Daniel a framed certificate. Brooks Repair Shop. Official Technical Innovation Partner. Daniel smiled. "I never imagined my little garage would receive something like this." Victoria laughed. "It isn't because of the garage. It's because of the man inside it." Emma proudly hung the certificate on the workshop wall. Months later, the training program Daniel had dreamed of finally opened. Young mechanics from struggling families filled the classroom. Every student received free tools, safety equipment, and professional training. On the first day, Daniel stood before the class and said, Never assume the expensive answer is the correct one. Always understand the problem before replacing the solution. The students applauded. Those words became the Academy's guiding principle. A year later, Brooks' repair shop had become one of the most respected independent garages in the country. Not because it repaired the most expensive cars, but because customers knew they would always receive an honest answer. One evening, Emma looked at the abandoned luxury sedan, now fully restored and displayed in the garage. She smiled. "Dad, can you believe someone once called this car worthless?" Daniel smiled back. It wasn't the car that changed everything. It was the choice to do the right thing. Above the garage entrance, a new sign had been installed. It read, "Honesty is the most valuable tool in any workshop." Daniel locked the garage for the evening. As he and Emma walked home together, they knew that one abandoned car hadn't just uncovered a hidden secret. It had restored trust, changed countless lives, and proved that integrity is worth more than any luxury vehicle.